Hello. Give my speech. My sister just walked in on me when I was halfway through it, so I have to start over. I'm upset. Okay. I'm going to be giving my speech on the death penalty or capital punishment. And it is titled, The Corrupt Capital Punishment System. Alright. Picture this. You are wrongly convicted of a murder you didn't do. Now you are watching as everyone else makes the decision to take your life away as you stand powerless. Currently, the death penalty is legal in 31 states, including California, Texas, and Oklahoma. These are all the states. The green in the majority is all the legal states, and the blue are all the illegal states. The death penalty should never be used as a means of punishment under any circumstance. In this speech, I will explain to you the history of the death penalty, why it doesn't help the criminal justice system in any way, shape, or form, and what America needs to do to stand against this horrid form of cruel and unusual punishment. To begin, we must know the history of the death penalty and why it was created. The death penalty can be dated back as far as the 18th century BC in ancient China. King Hammurabi at the time allowed the death penalty to be used for 25 different crimes, not including murder, ironically. The first recorded use was in 16th century BC Egypt, where a man was accused of using magic and was sentenced to death. Even back then, it is obvious of the unfair use of the death penalty. Getting to more recent years, in 1945, a black woman of the name Lena Baker killed her white employer after he threatened to beat her with a metal rod. Lena was put on trial with an all-male, all-white jury, by which she was sentenced to death by electrocution. It's her, and that's the electric chair they used. This case is extremely unfair because the situation she was put in should have been ruled voluntary manslaughter, since she killed him in an act of self-defense, which would have given her a sentence of 15 years. Instead, it cost her her life to protect herself. The death penalty is a clear violation of human rights and does not deter crime in the slightest. According to the 8th Amendment of the United States, it is stated that there should not be any cruel and unusual punishment of any kind. There is no punishment more cruel or frankly unusual than a government official taking the life away from anyone. The process of death on death row is done by lethal injection in most states. A victim will lie strapped to a chair while an injection is given in the arm and the person slowly fades. Considering that the death penalty is the literal act of taking someone's life away, it is near impossible to explain how it couldn't be considered cruel punishment. A common thought statement about the death penalty is that it helps to deter crime and is an easy way out for the criminal. According to USA Today, the South has the highest crime rate in all of America, while it is also the leading region in the number of convicted death row inmates as well. The Midwest has the lowest crime rate while also having abolished the death penalty. This is kind of hard to see, but up here in the blue are all the states that don't have the death penalty, and all of the red down there, all the states that do. And as you can see, there's not really a difference at all in crime rates. The states that don't have it seem even lower than all the states that do. This directly shows how the death penalty has no effect on crime rate and only is done for the sadistic fun that people have taking someone's life away. Many crimes are done in the heat of the moment without the perpetrator thinking about any consequences that may come. I will admit there are some crimes that you may feel compelled to believe are well deserved of the death penalty. However, the death penalty is just an easy way out for the criminal. Murderers are not thinking about their life as a whole when committing the crime. Many realize that if they do commit the crime, they will be sentenced to death, and they are okay with that. It is more efficient to sentence the criminals to life in prison than to let them dwell with what they did for the rest of their lives instead of giving them a fast way out. Life in prison also saves thousands more dollars than death by lethal injection. According to the Death Penalty Information Center, it cost a defense case in Kansas $400,000 as opposed to a non-capital punishment case costing $100,000. There are many ways the death penalty is relevant to you, and abolishing it is the only way to overcome what we have created. The first thing you can do is educate people from all over how the death penalty needs to be stopped. Creating online group chats or making Instagrams to help spread awareness is something you can do. The next thing you can do is advocate. Contacting an elected official and expressing your opinion to the higher-ups is a way to get your voice heard. You can also participate in marches and peaceful protests. In conclusion, the death penalty is an evil way for government officials to run and control the judiciary system. It is a violation of the 8th Amendment, it is an easy way out for the criminals, and it doesn't help to deter crime. What is the point of the death penalty? Does it really make sense for the government to commit an act of murder to prove to society that murder is bad? You may in your life have to sit on a jury and hear a case that could involve a decision with capital punishment. I hope you take the time to think before coming to a decision on whether it is within your rights to take someone's life away. Thank you.